Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna be melting every soap from Lush together into a single Franken-soap. This just in, dirt found screaming, crying, throwing up, and being sent down the drain.
It's full of dirt! Yuck!
So previously on our channel, I've mixed together a lot of things, including hundreds of lipsticks from Sephora and from CVS, every candle and hand sanitizer from Bath & Body Works, and every bath bomb from Lush. That's a Franken bath bomb, y'all!
Someone pinch me.
Generally to try and figure out what the average, most marketable, or mode, shade, scent, or flavor of those things are. A good sign is that it doesn't overwhelmingly smell like lavender butt. And also previously on our channel, I've dived headfirst into the world of soap making by following intricate soap art tutorials, as well as testing some bizarre clickbait soap art hacks. All right, that one had both feet, but its head is sawed in half. And though I am decidedly medium at it, I have sort of fallen in love with soap, both making it and destroying it.
Oh yeah, look, that's beautiful. I wanna wear this soap like a sock.
So I figured for our next Franken experiment, we should make a Franken-soap. And what better place to get that soap than Lush, the notorious fragrant purveyor of handmade bath products that sells a number of fun, colorful, and smelly soaps. So that's what we're gonna do. Buy one of every soap from Lush and then melt them together into a single monstrous creation, the Phantom of the soap opera, if you will. Also, we are going to be making a number of Franken bars here today, so we are going to be doing a subscriber giveaway for our extra Franken soaps. No guarantees as to how they'll look, but if you're interested, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll leave more instructions at the end of the video. Also, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Team C's, which is a YouTube-wide initiative led by Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, who have pledged that for every $1 donated to Team C's, 1 pound of trash will be collected from the ocean. Our Franken soap probably won't be able to clean much besides hands, but with your guys' help, we can clean up our oceans. So a huge shout out to everyone involved in Team C's, and you can find links to donate in the description box below. All right, to Lush we go. So we are here at the Lush store at the South Point Mall, ready to buy some soaps. We got here a little bit early before the store opened so we could have the place to ourselves. So we're gonna go in there and see how many soaps we can get and then destroy. But get first, buy first, then destroy. We need them all. Now, Lush is pretty well known for a number of its bath products, like its bath jellies, bath bombs, shampoo bars, and a number of things that I think mostly just bubble. But for this experiment, to try to preserve the integrity of the Franken soap, we're just gonna focus on the solid soap bars. I'm gonna have to really resist the urge to eat these, because that's really on the front of my mind right now.
They're very loafy.
Though even with just those, there's quite a variety of toppings. I wanna just sink my teeth into one, but I'm gonna really try not to. Designs and colors.
Well, they look like lemon cakes.
Don't say that.
Yeah, well,
I just told you I'm struggling with this. As well as a number of weird names. Honey, I washed the kids.
See, this looks like a pound cake.
Stop it.
Sorry. Can I say things look like food without you having to be tempted to eat it?
No. There were also a few that had slightly different textures. Ooh, this one's squishy. It feels like silly putty. And after picking up all of the soaps they had, I like that it says Rose Argan.
Yeah.
Excuse me, is this Rosanna Pansino's Argan? We headed back home to check the Lush website to see if we were missing any, and found that basically by the time I got home, they had dropped some seasonal bars. So we ordered those, bringing our total soap count up to 21. And then it was time to figure out how the hell we were gonna combine all of these guys together. Now, from a little bit of research on soap making soap tube, it seems like the closest thing to what we want to do here is rebatching already existing cold process soaps. Now, rebatching seems to be a pretty common method for soap makers to reuse soap scraps or loaves of soap that didn't quite come out right. And basically what you do is you grate your old bars of soap into shreds with a cheese grater and then slowly melt them together in a slow cooker and turn them into a new loaf of soap. So that's gonna be our process today. It's gonna be grate, then slow cook. Now, since I like to make my own life harder, I decided that I wanted to try and add some design element to our Franken-soap. Because some of the rebatched soaps can come out pretty plain looking, and I also had a bad feeling about the possible final color of our Franken-soap here. So, I decided to take some inspiration from this video, from Ellie's Everyday Soap Making, where she saves some of her soap shreds and then mixes them in at the very last minute, creating, hopefully, a Franken-funfetti soap loaf. Frankenfetti.
I like that.
That's the plan. So we'll see how it goes. Now, we've divided our soaps into 7 different categories, 6 of which are here today. The 7th, which is hopefully in the air, being shipped to us right now, which we'll add in when they get here, hopefully in the next couple of days. And we organized them mostly by color, just because there weren't a ton of common themes, either with scents or names, so color seemed the easiest. But of course, they're all going to the same place, so the categories are really just for our brains.
Yes, all roads lead to greater.
And the first category we're gonna be grading is the blue-green category. And we're gonna start with this one, Outback Mate. It's got kind of like an Australian surf vibe, I guess, which contains peppermint, eucalyptus, and lemon grass. Sea salty lemon.
Sounds refreshing.
Not limey. That's British people. Lemony. Australians. And my plan here is to grate 2 of each bar.
Don't cut your fingers.
I'm gonna try not to, but no promises. 1 for the main mix, 1 for the confetti, and then save the 3rd bar as a backup, just in case we mess anything up. Okay, actually, this is working pretty well. Look at how fast I'm getting through it.
Oh, wow.
That's actually quite vibrant.
Oh, this would be a good day.
Oh wow, look at that angle. We're taking you inside the grater, people. This is the True Hollywood story of life inside this grater. And I'm basically gonna have 1 big bowl for our main Franken batter, the bluest of cheeses. 1 blue cheese to rule them all, and in a crock pot, bind them. And then another separate bowl for our funfetti flakes. Is it just me? Or does the view from the inside of the grater kind of look like a crowd of people doing the wave? Woo!
It's got big time stadium energy.
Now, besides Outback Mate, we have 2 other soaps in this category, one of which is Sea Vegetable, which smells like really citrusy also. Not like a vegetable, not really like the sea, also like a lemon. And Olive Tree, herby, rich, buttery, grassy but buttery. Does that seem right? Both of which presented unique challenges to the grater. Ooh, this one's harder. As Sea Vegetable has a layer of dried seaweed and salt at the top.
That's gnarly.
It's kind of got like hair.
Yeah.
Oh. Which we decided should just go straight into the Franken mixture. We got kelped, as it seemed too difficult to remove. Okay, Sea Vegetable, a check. And Olive Tree is a gourmet soap, which means it's squishy. Oh my god, this one's so soft, what the heck? So it doesn't really grate evenly. Look at this hide I'm creating. It's literally like a pelt of a Lush soap. Look, it's like a carpet. But after some knife work, here's the lump. We sort of figured it out. It did a bit of a number on the grater, but I'm sure the grater will not survive the night anyway.
You are to graders as Don Quixote is to windmills.
Sure, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty fair.
La Safa La Mancha.
Okay, and with that, oh, so wet. We are done with the blue-green category. So sweet, so delicate. And we're on to the yellows. Now, there are 3 soaps in the yellow category. Oh, no! How did I do that? That was so unintentional.
Yeah.
First up, we've got Lemon Zest. Oh, and it smells like a lemon head. Which, as the name implies, oh my god, it kind of looks like a Light Bright in there. Contains both lemon zest and lemon oil and cocoa butter. Oh, now I'm getting to the cream filling. Then we've got rhubarb and custard.
It looks like a block of cheese.
It is also another kind of squishy one with some kind of pink blobs at the top, which has rhubarb puree, soy milk, and orange oil. Oh, it kind of looks like a SpongeBob popsicle. And then next up, we've got Sandstone.
Darude Sandstorm?
And it's got coriander, citrus, and I think actual sand in it.
Oh, wow.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
That's gotta be sand.
Yeah.
Like, that's gotta be literal sand.
I don't know if soap grating is an ASMR category, but it probably should be.
It kind of sounds like it belongs in my Headspace app. Here we are. But the soap meets the grater.
So with sand, cheese, and egg salad in our bowl,
I like eggs.
Excellent.
I like eggs.
we're done with the yellow category, and we're on to the reds and pinks.
And we have 3 of these guys.
We have 13 soap unlucky for dirt, lotus flower, and karma.
Now, we do have a bit of a predicament here.
Because 13 soap unlucky for dirt and karma look pretty much identical, so I'm not sure which is which. But we're gonna start off with the one we think is karma.
Which smells like big red gum meets men's speed stick.
Karma contains patchouli, orange, pine, and lemongrass oils,
It kind of looks like hot tamales in there.
It does.
so hopefully that checks out.
All right, so if that one was karma, wahaha, welcome to hell, then this one must be 13 soap unlucky for dirt.
And 13 soap contains oregano, rose, and coconut oil,
I could buy oregano. I'll take oregano.
so hopefully that checks out as well.
Rubbery oregano. Yeah, that's what I got.
And then our last one in this category is lotus flower,
And it's kind of like pink and squishy.
which has lotus root, lemon myrtle, and buchu in it.
It looks like bubble tape as it's getting shredded.
Oh, it does kind of look like bubble tape.
But unfortunately, like the other soft ones, also kind of develops a flap as you shred.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
It's turned into a piece of ham.
I do kind of have some bologna left over.
But with that one in the bowl,
What a mess.
we're done with the reds and pinks.
And now we're gonna move on to the purple category, shown to you on our beautiful bat cutting board.
Oh yeah.
And for this round, I decided to do something stupid and put a GoPro inside of our cheese grater.
Hello, down there. So we'll see how that shot is.
And our first one in the purple category is Sleepy.
Which, I have to be honest, I think is my favorite one of all of them, smell-wise.
Ooh.
It smells so luxurious.
And Sleepy contains lavender oil, ylang-ylang, and tonka.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it turns into Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Which apparently is just a winning trio.
It's shagadelic.
The GoPro's so demoralized right now.
The GoPro's like, this is what my life has come to. This? Are you okay down there, sir?
And then we have Rose Argan, which, as the name implies, contains rose and argan oils.
Yeah, and there are sort of like potpourri flakes all about.
Big fancy soap with your potpourri.
What, do you think you're better than me?
And since it's also a gourmet soap, is quite bendy as well.
Ew. Oh my god, look at the inside.
Ooh!
Whoa, I had no idea.
And then finally, we have Goddess Soap.
Which smells like, kind of like a nice scented oil, frankincense, myrrh, an old world spice.
Which is packed with jasmine, rose, and oud.
Oud. Yeah, I think oud is what I'm smelling. Ignore frankincense, ignore myrrh. It's oud.
Though it sort of looks like cabbage.
All right. So with that, we're done with the borscht, I mean the purple category. Soap slaw. Oud slaw. And we are on to the beiges.
Now, in the beige category, we have 4 soaps.
And I'm gonna start off with Bohemian.
And Bohemian is another soap that has mostly lemon oil in it.
Lemon fragranted soap. Real original, Lush.
Lemon for soap. Groundbreaking. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Thanks for letting us film in your store, Lush.
But it looks like an onion.
See, I could just put that right on my Costco hot dog.
Then next up we have Honey, I Washed the Kids.
It looks like a shredded Ken doll.
Yes, it does.
And then Sultana of Soap with the chonks on top.
They look like rocks, but I think they're nuts.
These nuts might actually not be real nuts, as they aren't listed in the ingredients. But yes, these nuts are going straight into the mixture.
Getting tall, Saf.
And then finally, we've got Figs and Leaves,
This one smells really good. It smells like a lilac bush.
which has orange flower, figs, and ylang-ylang in it.
They use ylang ylang in a lot of their bath bombs.
Yeah, they're really into ylang-ylang. Ylang-ylang.
They stand ylang ylang.
Just leave.
And with that shredded and in the bowl, we're done with our beiges and on to our 2 seasonal categories.
Starting with the Halloween soaps.
And we have 2 of these guys, pumpkin spice, which has pumpkin puree, maple syrup water, and cinnamon oil.
Oh, it smells awesome.
Yeah, I think the shredding is like activating the pumpkin scent.
It's a smack of holiday cheer.
And then we've also got Ghost in the Dark,
He's a little spooky boy.
which actually does glow in the dark.
Whoa! I'm shook.
So maybe our final Franken mixture will be slightly luminescent.
Oh, grizzly.
The beefairy's already dead.
Yeah, he's a ghost.
Yeah, oh my god.
Bye. Okay, so with that, we are done with the Halloween ones.
That's a nice mozzarella right there.
Mozzarella. And we're on to the Christmas ones. For us, that's gonna be a couple of days, but for you guys, it's right now.
Oh,
It's psychedelic cabbage.
Now there are 3 Christmas soaps.
Look, this one says snow right there.
Ooh.
Cute.
Snow Fairy, which contains rosewater and aloe vera.
Yeah, it looks like imitation crab.
Oh. Wow, yeah, I can't unsee that.
Baked Alaska, which contains lemon, grapefruit, and ylang-ylang.
Oh, I love the ombre. The like white, yellow, green, and blue.
It's giving me some serious salad vibes.
Salads back on the menu, boys.
And then finally, we have Polar Bear,
Should we go head first or butt first?
which contains cocoa butter, rose, and oat milk.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, dude. Try and make this as painless as possible.
So we're ending with a subtle smell, but an upsetting visual here.
He's gone, and here's what remains.
It's a very grisly scene over here. I'll see my way out.
That was actually kind of good.
See you later.
Oh, he's leaving. Oh, he left.
Now, with all of our soaps shredded, our original idea here was to make a Frankenfetti rebatched loaf. So to achieve that, I decided to take round 1 of our shreddings
Nygaard.
and upend them into a turkey basting tray,
Is this working? I don't know.
Working.
Oh!
just to sort of salad toss them together.
Cursed casserole vibes. Oh my god, this is rose argan. It's like a lump.
Yeah.
It's so sticky.
And then put that whole round into the crock pot to slowly melt. Yes.
Yeah, it worked.
Yes. Yes. So with this pile in the slow cooker,
I'm now gonna let this sit here for like an hour, stirring occasionally and also squirting water occasionally.
we did the same upend and mix method
Oh, wow.
for our second round of shavings,
Oh yeah, there's rose argan again. Oh, so chonky.
which were gonna be our funfetti flakes.
All right, so it's been about 30-ish minutes, I wanna say, and we're pretty melted over here.
Now it was at this point that things started to get a bit ugly in our crock pot.
I will say, overall, it's smelling kind of good. Bad news is that I think it might be turning brown.
I think in the past we've been blessed with some pretty appetizing looking Franken products.
I feel like it's gonna look like tuna. Yeah, like canned tuna.
Nice.
But I think we finally found the right color balance to just go straight to like a tannish brown.
It'll be like a beige funfetti, a yellow funfetti. It'll be like a yellow funfetti cake.
That is looking at the glass half full.
The other problem with our mixture was the consistency. In both Anne-Marie's and Ellie's rebatching videos, even with adding in a fair amount of water throughout, their mixtures never got to be fully liquid, whereas ours was completely melted.
So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn the heat off, so hopefully our mixture will solidify a little bit and get a little chunky. And once that happens, I'm gonna mix our funfetti in, just so the shreds don't immediately sink to the bottom, and also so they don't 100% melt.
And that seemed to work okay, except it looked very questionable.
It looks literally awful right now, but I think it's gonna turn out hopefully well.
I really packed in a lot of funfetti here, which made it look even worse.
It looks like an artichoke dip.
Oh, well then when you say it like that, that doesn't sound so bad.
No.
But we loafed it and hoped for the best.
Okay, so that's our attempt at a funfetti cake, I guess.
This is the proverbial lipstick on the pig.
I have to be honest that I think it is very cursed looking. Very cursed. But we tried it. So I'm gonna put this to the side to cool, and we'll slice it later.
Now, because I had been a bit nervous about the look of our funfetti loaf from the start, I had been crafting some backup Franken-soap ideas.
Me?
Okay.
Me?
One of which was using just the funfetti flakes and some clear melt and pour soap
That's kind of interesting.
Those look great.
to kind of make like a suspended shred soap.
Little Frankengons.
Franken-gons.
And I liked these little ones so much, we decided to try and make a whole loaf using this technique.
I think perhaps having like a clear base will just showcase the colors better.
Yeah.
And I can still pack it in quite densely, so it can still be like mostly Lush.
Yeah.
Now, even though we were feeling good about loaf number 2, it did technically include some external soap, so my only other thought on how to make a Franken Lush bar without any outside assistance would be to separate the soaps into color temperature categories, like warm tones, cool tones, and beiges, and then melt them separately but simultaneously
Is good.
to create 3 different mini Frankens
That one has a good orange to it, Sa. It looks like that pumpkin one.
that we could layer on top of each other like stripes,
This one's actually really pretty.
Mint.
Ooh yeah, minty.
kind of like a Franken Neapolitan bar.
Minty. So, with all of that done, I'm basically gonna let all of the things that we made today cool, and then we can come back in a couple of days and demold them and see which ones we like. All right, so let's start with the gross ones first. Come on, you dingus. Come on, you dingus. Which is gonna be our main funfetti bar
It looks like a Fruity Pebbles meatloaf.
and our secret extras.
Now, I had a lot of our tan mega batter left over, so I had secretly made some plain Franken succulents.
Oh,
There you go.
come on, come to mama. Oh shit, Ty, that's kind of cute.
And a couple of funfetti cupcakes as well.
That one's pretty cool.
This one is kind of cool.
These were totally an impulse decision, so I'm not really gonna focus on them, but if you see them in the background, that's what they are.
It looks like a really loaded pancake.
Now, while we are demolding and slicing our soaps here,
Oh,
Okay, that's sort of interesting.
that's not so bad.
It's not as bad as it looks on the outside of the loaf. That could certainly be worse.
I wanted to make sure that we talked about the ingredients in our Franken bars.
Oh, whoa. It almost looks like resin, but it's soap.
So in our 21 soaps, we had a total of 63 active ingredients,
Oh, dude, Ty, it's epic. It looks like glass.
with the majority being energizing citrusy ones, like lemon, orange, and bergamot oils at 27%.
That one's so cool.
And also a lot of relaxing floral ingredients like jasmine, ylang ylang, and rose at 24%.
Look at that rose organ in the middle.
Leafy and planty ingredients were also pretty plentiful at 17%.
There you go, lady. That is beautiful.
And then the kind of catch-all sweet category, which includes honey, vanilla, and coconut at 10%.
Okay, I think I could feel the different layers there.
Yeah.
It is separating a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
There are also some extra toss-ins like seaweed, sand, and dried fruit that are sort of floating around in there.
I think it's because all of the debris in the orange layer ended up at the top.
Yeah.
Maybe we can call them exfoliants.
I choose to blame rose argan.
Now, based on all of that information, one would assume that these guys would smell like a citrus-infused rose. But weirdly, they don't.
The top part smells kind of citrusy, salty, almost minty a little bit.
The Neapolitan soap does have 3 separate scents.
There was one soap that went in called Figs and Leaves, and the beige part basically just smells like that. Ooh. Fig. Oh, fig. And then the bottom part is very pumpkin spicy.
And this theme of pumpkin spice and fig did carry into the funfetti bars as well.
Yeah, that pumpkin spice is really coming through. And fig. Yeah, figgy too. Figgy pudding is over. Figgy pumpkin is where it's at now.
The clear melt and pour bar actually smelled the most different of the three.
I'm smelling some of that pumpkin spice smell like in the other ones, but I'm also smelling some fresh scent, maybe a salty scent, and definitely a rose.
I think because the shreds hadn't completely melted together, the dominant scents didn't have a chance to like absorb the other scents inside of themselves.
Like Dwight Schrute with his twin.
But there were really only so many conclusions that my nostrils could make on their own, besides just fig.
Move over, Newton. There's a new dominant fig product in town.
So we packaged up one of each of our bars and sent them off to soap making experts Anne-Marie at Brambleberry and Katie at Royalty Soaps to see what they thought of the smell and the overall presentation of our products.
I have a vague feeling that Anne-Marie is about to roast me, but I'm okay with it.
Now, our experts were in agreement that the shredded melt and pour bar was their favorite visually.
Oh, it's way cuter than I was expecting. My goodness, this is like a confetti soap. This is adorable.
Confetti soaps are so cool. I love all the glycerin soap around it. I really think it's super fun to hold up to a light or a window so you can see all of the colors.
But it was no one's favorite sensually.
Not gonna lie, scent is less adorable. The scent reminds me a lot of baby puke. I just got a little bit of citrus in here though.
And I think that's because the scent of that one can vary based on what bar you have.
I could smell some pine. I could also smell just like a little bit of a few other essential oils that I'm not really able to put my finger on. It just smells kind of like nature.
Now I'm getting root beer. Whew. Yikes. That is like the ever-changing gobsmacker of soaps.
Then for the Franken-Fetty bar.
Oh, well that smells a lot better than the first one.
So this one to me smells like a bakery. I can smell some almond, maybe some oatmeal.
Maybe like warm nougaty vanillas.
There seems to be some fruit in there.
Honey, maybe like some white floral notes. Honeysuckle.
I actually think we were in complete agreement on this one because pumpkin spice could be a bakery-y smell, and the figs and leaves soap does actually have white floral notes in it.
Overall, this is somewhat appealing. It's amorphous, but there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I would shower with this pretty happily, I think.
And as for the Franken-Politan bar,
look at this, a little bit of layering going on, woo woo.
And then this one in the middle smells very citrusy to me.
This is, okay, you know the Christmas packs of Lifesavers? This is that smell. Like cherry, fruity, and maybe lime.
It feels like there's probably lime and lemon and maybe some grapefruit in there.
the green stripe is quite citrusy, so I can see where they're coming from there, and pumpkin spice could read Christmas fruity. So I guess that's what the experts think of our Franken soaps.
All right, guys. I hope that was what you were looking for.
This was so fun. Thanks for letting me have the opportunity to do this.
I took this job very seriously, okay?
So that was every soap from Lush melted together. Overall, though we did attack this experiment from many different angles, I am pretty pleased with our final products, as I do think they're very Franken-y in that they really show off all of the different soaps that went into them at once. Wahaha. After letting these guys cure for a week or so, I did get to use them to wash my hands. The stuff on top of the Franken-Fetties is very fragile, so that does go away pretty quickly, but overall, they seem like functional bars of soap, which is good. Now, as for the names of these bad boys, I'll leave it up to you guys to decide in the comments. There are 6 different soaps, so there are plenty of possibilities to go around. I still like Figgy Pumpkin, and Tyler proposed Jack Suds Pollock, which is okay.
Also, if you'd still like to throw your name in the ring to receive one of our 54 different Franken soaps, now that you know how they look, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, leave a comment down below, and then fill out the form in the description box. I make no guarantees as to who will be getting what, so if you get a crusty butt, I apologize. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure to shamash that like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to shamash that subscribe button. Here is my Instagram, here is my TikTok, here is my YouTube Shorts channel, and here is our live streaming channel, where we live stream every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you happen to like this shirt I'm wearing, that is our new merch. So you can find a link for that in the description box below as well, if you are interested. And with that, yes, all of that, I will see you guys next time.